Hello, Mikayla. Great writing here. Thank you so much for this written summary. Really good job describing your intent here. Fantastic. Thank you very much. This makes things so clear for me and for the rest of us to take a look at your intent here, so we can ascertain success of the project based on your writing as compared to actual visual um, the visuals associated with the book cover. So this is excellent. Thank you very much. This is exactly what we're looking for in writing, and this is exactly what a creative director or art director would be looking for in a summary of a project that you're given. And so there's definitely real world ties between the writing, your writing describing your intent as for the project, and a real world studio setting where you're assigned a project and you're asked to give your approach on it, your conceptual approach, or at least your narrative ideas. Okay, so this is fantastic. Please keep this up. This is great. I've got your work. I've got your 3 sketches up. I think everything makes sense. And one thing I want to just draw your attention to, these make good sense. I think things like this right here. Okay, think about when you're putting this together and conceptualizing. Think about the available images to use. Okay, so we know if we jump into week 5, and this kind of gets tricky because we jump into week 5, we see this right here. Project, please stay away from images that were used in live action remakes of your novel. Okay, so you can't use images from a movie, the movie Homer, right? So the idea here, use your skills to make unrelated images to conform to the narrative of this design. So this is really asking you to think outside the box and make these connections without using, how was it stated? That's week 5. Unrelated images. So instead of showing an image of Poseidon, can you depict Poseidon somehow without using an image of Poseidon? And to me, I think that really is the essence of one of the foundational essence of graphic design, is depicting something without literally showing it. And I think that's the task at hand here. So keep that in mind as we move forward. Sketches are great. This is interesting. I love this kind of circular narrative that kind of follows itself through over and over. I think that's a really neat concept. This, I think, is the weak link of the 3. So, but that's not to say you can't use elements from this moving forward. So when you do, just think about how you can make this as visually engaging as possible while using the required tools, masking, blending modes, adjustment layers, and I'm perfectly fine using the mixing brush with this as well. So in essence, it's an exercise in a project in showing and displaying your prowess in what you have learned with those tools, but it's also developing a narrative that doesn't necessarily use the characters associated with the story. Does that make sense? If not, let me know, because it's a critical principle here in this assignment. I think one that it really forces students to think outside the box instead of just showing an image of a character. You want to allude to the characteristics of that character without picturing that character. Again, I hope that makes sense. Please let me know. Anyways, great job, great sketches, great summary. Good setup. We're ready to roll. If you have any questions at all, Mikayla, let me know. Thank you very much.